Do you ever feel like you're stuck on autopilot, watching others live better, happier lives while you wonder what you're missing? In this video, we'll break down 4 powerful methods to help you live a better life than 99% of people, using timeless wisdom, psychology, and practical advice. Method 1. Nothing is yours, it's all borrowed. Most of us spend so much time worrying about what we don't have or clinging to what we do have that we forget a fundamental truth. Nothing truly belongs to us. Your possessions, your achievements, even your own body. These aren't things you own outright. They're gifts, borrowed for a short time, given by God. Once you embrace this perspective, you'll notice a shift in how you think about life. You stop feeling the constant pressure to control everything, and instead, you begin to live with gratitude and peace. The fear of losing what we have is exhausting. We stress over finances, careers, relationships, and even material things that, in the grand scheme, don't matter as much as we think. The frustration of not having enough is just as draining. This endless chase to acquire more, to fill a void that only grows larger. But what if you saw things differently? What if you understood that everything you have, everything you are, is temporary, and that this is not something to fear, but to appreciate? Philosophers have been teaching this lesson for centuries. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic emperor, famously wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." He wasn't being morbid, he was offering a roadmap to living fully. By reminding yourself that nothing is permanent, you're freed from the weight of attachment. Christian teachings reinforce this idea, emphasizing that we are stewards of what God has given us, not owners. Our role isn't to hoard or stress over what we have, but to use these gifts wisely and gratefully while we have them. Psychology backs this up too. Studies on gratitude show that when you focus on what you've been given rather than what you lack, you feel happier and less stressed. Gratitude rewires your brain to see abundance instead of scarcity, making you more present and less anxious. It's not about ignoring your ambitions or goals. It's about appreciating the journey without being consumed by what you don't yet have. Take our protagonist, for example. He used to stress about everything, whether he was earning enough, whether his possessions measured up to others, whether he was on the right track in life. His mind was always racing, always comparing, and he never felt satisfied. But one day, he came across the idea that nothing is truly his. At first, it felt unsettling, like letting go of control. But as he reflected, he began to see how freeing it was. He stopped measuring his life by how much he owned or achieved and started focusing on how he was using what he had. Instead of clinging to his possessions, he enjoyed them. Instead of obsessing over his future, he appreciated the opportunities in front of him. This shift didn't happen overnight, but it changed the way he lived. Here's how you can start. Every morning, take just a few minutes to list 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big. Something as simple as a roof over your head, a friend who supports you, or even the ability to breathe freely is enough. As you write them down, remind yourself that these are gifts, not guarantees. They're not things you own, but things you've been blessed with. When you approach life with this mindset, everything feels lighter. You stop worrying so much about what you don't have, and you start making the most of what you do. Let go of the stress of ownership, embrace gratitude, and watch how much more present and peaceful your life becomes. Method 2. Avoid arguments. Arguments can feel satisfying in the moment. There's a sense of power when you prove someone wrong or make your point louder than theirs. But here's the hard truth. Arguments rarely solve anything. Instead, they drain your energy, leave relationships strained, and pull you into a constant cycle of negativity. If you want to live a better life, you need to let go of the need to argue and focus instead on preserving your peace. Dale Carnegie, in How to Win Friends and Influence People, emphasizes that avoiding arguments isn't about being weak or passive. It's about being smart. Engaging in conflicts often leaves both sides feeling more entrenched in their opinions, and no one truly wins. When you step away from unnecessary debates, you free yourself to focus on what truly matters: your growth, your goals, and your peace of mind. Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher, put it perfectly when he said, "If someone speaks badly of you, do not defend yourself against their accusations. Instead, reply, 'You obviously do not know me well, for you have omitted my other faults.'" This might sound like surrender, but it's actually a powerful way to disarm conflict. It shows that you're confident enough to let go of the need to prove yourself. Your peace of mind is more valuable than any argument. Psychology backs this up. Studies show that people who avoid unnecessary conflicts tend to have better mental health and stronger relationships. Constantly engaging in arguments keeps your brain in a state of stress, which not only affects your mood but also your ability to focus and be productive. Letting go of the need to be right is liberating. It clears your mind and makes room for more positive interactions. Method 3. Push yourself daily, even when it sucks. If you want to live a better life than 99% of people, you have to do what 99% of people won't. Embrace discomfort and push yourself every single day. Progress and happiness don't come from staying comfortable. They come from consistently doing the hard things that others avoid. This isn't easy and it's not supposed to be. But as Friedrich Nietzsche famously said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." When you have a clear goal and commit to taking steps toward it daily, no matter how unpleasant those steps might be, you start to build the kind of resilience and discipline that separates you from the crowd. The process isn't glamorous, but it's where true growth happens. Psychologically, pushing yourself through small daily challenges builds resilience. Your brain becomes better at handling stress and setbacks, and you start to crave the dopamine hits that come from genuine progress. Unlike the fleeting dopamine rush of distractions like social media or junk food, the satisfaction of overcoming a challenge sticks with you. It builds confidence and momentum. Take our protagonist, for example. He always dreamed of becoming the best version of himself, someone disciplined, accomplished, and confident. But every time he thought about the steps he needed to take, he procrastinated. The tasks seemed too hard, and it was easier to scroll through his phone or focus on the small, easy wins that didn't actually matter. One day, he decided enough was enough. He made a commitment to himself. Every day, he would do one thing that pushed him closer to his goal and one thing that sucked but needed to be done. It started with small actions, waking up earlier to work out, tackling the toughest part of his workday first, or spending 30 minutes on a personal project he'd been avoiding. At first, it was hard. He didn't want to wake up early, he hated the workouts, and the projects felt overwhelming. But as the days went on, he started to notice something. He was making progress. The small wins built on each other, and that progress fueled his motivation. He stopped needing external validation because the satisfaction of pushing himself became its own reward. Here's how you can start. Every day, pick one thing that moves you closer to your goal and one thing you've been avoiding because it's hard. Think of yourself as the protagonist in a movie. Would the ideal version of you back down from a challenge? Or would they push forward no matter what? When you commit to this mindset, you stop chasing comfort and start chasing growth. And that's what sets you apart from the 99%. Method 4. Surround yourself with love. What's the point of achieving success if you have no one to share it with? Family, friends, and close relationships aren't just nice to have. They're the foundation of a meaningful life. Yet, in the hustle of chasing goals and building careers, many people neglect these connections, thinking they'll have time to reconnect later. But here's the truth. Life is happening right now, and the people around you are what make it meaningful. Philosophers throughout history have emphasized the importance of relationships. Aristotle believed that friendship was essential to living a virtuous and fulfilling life. He wrote, "Without friends, no one would choose to live, though he had all other goods." Success, wealth, and achievements lose their value if there's no one to share them with. Relationships are the glue that holds everything together, giving life its depth and richness. Psychologically, the benefits of strong social connections are profound. Studies show that people with close relationships experience lower stress levels, better mental health, and even longer lifespans. Social bonds give us a sense of belonging and purpose. helping us navigate life's challenges with greater resilience. Loneliness, on the other hand, has been linked to depression, anxiety, and a host of physical health issues. Our protagonist used to believe that relationships could wait. He focused all his energy on work, thinking he'd reconnect with family and friends later once he had made it. But over time, he began to feel a sense of emptiness, even as he checked off his career milestones. He realized he was missing out on the little moments, sharing laughs with friends, having dinner with loved ones, or simply being there for the people who mattered. One day, he made a decision. He would start prioritizing his relationships, even if it meant sacrificing other things. He scheduled weekly calls with family, made time to grab coffee with an old friend, and planned small but meaningful activities with the people he cared about. At first, it felt like an interruption to his routine, but he quickly noticed a change. Those moments of connection left him feeling happier, more grounded, and more fulfilled than any achievement ever had. Here's how you can start. This week, make time for the people who matter most to you. Call someone you haven't spoken to in a while, invite a friend for a walk or coffee, or plan a simple dinner with your family. These don't need to be grand gestures. The small, consistent moments of connection are what matter most. Surrounding yourself with love doesn't just make life more enjoyable, it gives it purpose. Living a better life than 99% of people isn't about luck, talent, or waiting for the perfect moment. It's about intentional action every single day. It's about aligning what you do with what truly matters and making choices that create lasting happiness and growth. Each of these methods builds on the others, creating a foundation for a life filled with purpose, clarity, and joy. But you don't have to implement them all at once. Transformation happens through small, consistent steps. Your journey starts now. Subscribe for more life-changing insights rooted in timeless wisdom and practical advice. And don't miss the next video, where we'll dive even deeper into building the habits and mindset of your best self.